Today, we're going to be having a look at a Casablanca Delta. Yes, you heard that right, Delta. Some people nickname these fans the Delta Seasons because it is a Delta just with a Four Seasons shell, or a Four Seasons motor housing, or a Four Seasons faceplates and sideband. But otherwise, it has all the same characteristics of a Delta. It has the 1-inch arm blade brackets. It is Slumber 3 from the factory, and it is labeled as Delta on the tag. The model number is a melding of the two, as Four Seasons model number is 4 and Delta's model number is 10, and on this tag there is a 40, and then of course the 3 6s represent the finish, antique white. Fan is from June of 1984. It has a polished brass K4S, because as most of you are probably aware, Casablanca did not make light kits in antique white for whatever reason. At least not until much later. Fan is in very good shape, with minimal scratches or dings. It might still have a thin layer of drywall dust on it, but otherwise it is perfectly clean. This fan came out of a home that was being renovated, along with 2 other Delta Seasons and a regular Delta. So now we'll go ahead and demonstrate the fan, starting with the light. And this fan has an Asterson motor in it, as Asterson really held a bit of a monopoly on Casablanca from 1984 to 1986. You still saw Emerson motors, but not nearly as much as you'd expect. Now we'll start the fan off on low. I do sometimes give Asterson motors some crap, but really they aren't that bad. Still no Emerson, but they're still pretty good. Definitely better than when Casablanca had Samsung provide them motors. The fan has a teensy tiny bit of dry bearing noise, but otherwise is absolutely silent. Now we'll take it up to medium. So this fan came with 2 other Delta Seasons, as I mentioned earlier. Those 2 had antique white one-way light kits on them. And let me make a quick amendment to what I said earlier. Casablanca did make light kits in antique white back in the day, but only one-way light kits. They did not make any K4s, K4Ls, or K4Ss in antique white that I've ever seen. If they did, they're extremely rare, because every antique white fan I've ever seen that has a 4-way light kit has one in polished brass, or antique brass. But they did seemingly make K1s in antique white back then. And the fan is 100% complete. Has its hang true and down rod elsewhere, obviously. And the glass was what was on it, as well as the Casablanca pendant on the fan chain. The little bell chain I put on the light myself, as that chain originally had nothing on it. Now we'll click it up to high. It does sway back and forth a little bit due to the mounting style, but it's nice and powerful. And there you go, a Casablanca Delta from 1984 in antique white.